Hi everybody, it's Ryan with Hawk Wings in Jackson, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about assembling a Wing Kart Wing. And it's a very easy process. You don't need any special tools. An air rivet gun would help. A standard rivet gun will work just fine. There's only two sizes of rivets involved to fully assemble the Wing Kart Wing. 1/8 inch multi-grip rivets, and then also 3/16 multi-grip. So we're going to start off talking about what's in the carton, and the main part is going to be the center foil. That's your belly of the wing. It's a flat panel wing. It's got the curved, thicker nose cap that we've just added to give it a little more strength and a little better look. And you'll notice that all the rivets on the front of this are recessed, just like our sprint car wings are. So that's another improvement that we've made. This also has a wicker bill that's 1 inch on the back, and that is thicker aluminum. It's 50 thousandths aluminum, so it's a little more durable than they were previously, to hold up to the wear and tear that these little guys are going to get. So that's your center foil, the belly of the wing. Then we've got the right side board and the left side board. And just to kind of point out a couple things on our sideboards, compared to other Wing Kart wings that are on the market, we used to hand make these Wing Kart wings completely from start to finish. And recently we went to a fully CNC'd, turret punched, laser cut. Everything's precise. And with that, we made some modifications to the construction and the bends on the sideboards. The top and bottom bend are exactly the same profile as what we have on our sprint car and micro sprint wings. It's a true bend on the top and bottom of the sideboards that you're going to find in bigger cars. So it not only looks better and looks more realistic to a sprint car wing, it also is stronger. And this is 16 thousandths 6061 aluminum on the sideboards. The center belly, the nose cap, is 25 thousandths. And as I mentioned before, the wicker bill is 50 thousandths. A couple other things. Your front cap and your rear cap are exactly like a sprint car wing. So it's a radius back. They're clipped in the corners for strength. They're pinned on the backs, and same on the front. So it's a very, very strong, durable, and racy look. So now we're going to assemble the belly. It's very simple to do. Included, of course, is our sticker pack, our assembly instructions. We've got a QR code for assembly instructions, and also a QR code for our website. So you can scan either of these, and it's going to take you directly to our website, or this specific video for the Wing Kart Wing Assembly, just to make that simpler for you. So we have our 1/8 inch multi-grip rivets. Those are going to attach the sideboards to the belly. And that's what we're going to start with right now. So what I like to do, flip it over, work on your right side first. It really doesn't matter, whatever's easier for you, but just from experience, that seems to work a little bit better when you're working off a bench. So first thing, you want to go to your back hole on your board, whether it's the left or right. Just start with your back hole. Hold that in there. Line it up, get everything fitted so it's horizontal with your belly. Now I'm using a rivet gun, an air rivet gun, because we do thousands of rivets every day. This will help, but if you've got a hand rivet gun, it's no problem. You can use a hand rivet gun, because on these Wing Kart wings, you've got 32 1/8 inch rivets and like 20 3/16, so it's not a lot of rivets. So now I went and I pinned the front. So now you've got your front, your back pinned, and I'll just work my way across to complete the rivets attaching the right board to the center section. Notice these slip right in. There's no drilling. No cleaning out holes. All these are, as I mentioned, CNC laser cut holes. So it truly makes a pretty simple assembly process. So once you get the top main row done, there's 2 holes on the bottom. So now we've got all the top row of rivets in, attaching the sideboard to the center section. There's 2 more 1/8" holes right here. Now this is just a little trick. I'm using a simple awl. You can use a small screwdriver. You can use another rivet. Whatever's easiest for you, but I tend to use an awl to line up these 2 bottom holes. So what you want to do, you might have to kind of finesse the front belly with the sideboard, pin it with your awl, drop in your rivet in that front hole, tack that one in, pull your tool out, your second hole's lined up. Now your sideboard, your right sideboard is fully attached to the belly. So now we're going to flip it over and work on the left sideboard. Make sure you're working on a nice flat surface. You don't want to be onto a surface that's going to be off center or not totally level. It's going to save you some issues. All right. So now you've got your right board. Remember, the wing's upside down. So just get this position correctly. Front, front, rear, rear. Do the same thing that we did before. Take your first rivet, drop it in the back hole. Line that up. Now here, it's a little easier because you can actually hold the center section, bottom bend. Got that one pinned. Gonna work around to the front. Line that bad boy up. So now you're pinned front and back. Take your rivets and work your way across to pin the main horizontal line. I'm using multi-grip rivets to attach the center to the sideboards because a multi-grip rivet's going to spread out better and hold better over time, and they can take a little, depending on the size of the rivet, they can go through multiple layers and crimp it tighter together better. So that's why we use multi-grips when we attach sideboards on wing kart wings, sprint car wings, micro sprint wings, whatever the case may be. All right, now we've got those 2 on the bottom, and since we've got that already pinned on the right side good, these actually already line up real close without much finessing. And I'm going to take this got it pinned. Drop that one in. Pin the other front. Now your sideboards are attached to your center section. So it's starting to look like a wing that's assembled. Okay, so now we're at the point we've got the left board and the right board attached to the center. And I've unpacked the bracing. So this is the outlaw size, which is more like the BP class, the faster wing kart classes. So that's a bigger left board, a bigger right board. And on this particular outlaw size, we use 3 braces on the left and then 2 braces for the right. One thing to kind of just always keep in mind on a wing. Now I'm looking at this from the front. You're looking at it from the back. This is the pull side, meaning the air is pulling this board off and the air is pushing this board in as it's on the track, going cornering primarily. So that's why we have 3 braces and 2 braces. This is always the pull side. So braces are laid out, and again, everything's CNC, pre-drilled, simple to do. So now we're using a 3/16 multi-grip rivet. And basically we just lay the bracing out, pop it on, get everything nice and square. What I kind of like to do is pin the bottom, pin the top, and then go back and put the second and or the third and the fourth rivet in. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is really important. You're putting your rivet in down here like normal. This is the finished side of the rivet. When you're doing your sideboards, this is your outside, your finished side of the board. So the finished side of the rivet needs to be on the outside. Don't put your rivet in this way, put your rivet in this way. Because these are steel, these rivets are a steel mandrel with an aluminum rivet head. So the steel is going to pull through and bubble out the aluminum portion. So your steel part's the stronger part, and that's preventing this from coming apart. So you run your rivet from the outside in. On the right, you're going to do it the opposite. And again, all this is on our website. I'm a phone call away. Don't ever hesitate not to call if you have questions. There's never a question that's a dumb question. What I tend to do is reach up from the bottom just to make sure your material's pinched together as you put it in to prevent any gapping. Now you do your third brace or your center brace on the right, on the left. Then I'll come around, pin these. Notice there's a tighter bend and a lesser of a bend. You can tell right where it fits, but just make sure you're not trying to, make sure you got the brace on the right way. These multi-grips suck down really tight. Okay, that's your left brace fully attached. And notice I put a little, this is a 2.5 by 3 inch block of aluminum just to keep the belly level when I'm doing that. This would be fine, but it's just, if you've got something you can brace it with to keep it flat, that's just going to help. Now we're going to flip it. We're going to put the right bracing on. So we're going to start with the front, because you can do that without flipping the wing. So here's your front brace, just as so. Pop in one. Try not to drop all your parts on the floor. This sideboard rivet, you've got your bottom rivet on your finished side, and then you have your second rivet that actually is hidden. It goes into the bend on your sideboard. So it's a super finished off look. Now, what works best is just set the wing on its nose, just like that, to attach your last brace. this is your right rear brace. Now, one thing we changed on this a couple years back, even when we were hand making these, with the Wing Kart, your cage is right here. Your back tube coming down, your right rear is down here. We made this further in to the sideboard instead of it being like this type of angle. So it's sucked up nice, so you got cage clearance, which is just one of those things that helps overall. Now, this is the top of the belly, this is the bottom of the belly. You want that finished edge on the top, so rivet that through the top. Just like so. Lastly, thank you for your business. We appreciate it very, very much. And we're proud to say that all of our products are proudly made right here in Jackson, Minnesota. We're all made in the USA. And we appreciate your support. And please check out our website or look us up on Facebook. And can't thank you enough. Thank you.